Welcome everyone to another episode of The Shadow Report. Happy Friday. Can't wait for the weekend. Let's see. Okay, we have a bunch of new releases, just like a whole bunch of stuff, not just Crystal Lake, awesome books in general. But before we get to that, there's just a few other things to highlight. For instance, Bloodlines by Rafael Canoa is out today. This is Crystal Lake Publishing's first epic fantasy novel. So, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Dungeons and Dragons, any kind of fantasy with swords and sorcery, magic and all that stuff. Amazing characters. This is a very big book and hopefully the first in a long running series. We are also talking to the author about game books, so stick around for that. Our Humbug, released by Luciano Marano, launched last Friday to a #1 hot new release spot in American horror. Congratulations to the author and thanks to everyone who supported the book. It's amazing whenever we can launch a new book and it always gets to that #1 spot. Then January will be the American Gothic Society's International Gothic Month. So in the description you'll find a link. Any authors, publishers, librarians, bloggers, reviewers, check out the link. There's a whole description about what you can do to promote Gothic horror throughout the month of January. Then Nick Roberts' The Resurrection, the Exorcist Resurrection, the audiobook is coming on the 9th of December. I cannot wait for it. The narration is just amazing. I'm heavy into audiobooks lately, so I'm really appreciating this one. Then the following 3 titles are on pre-order. The Joining Tales of Wedding Terror, which is out next Friday. That will be our last book of the year. For January, A Blackened Heart, A Blackened Soul by John Ward. People are very excited about this one. And then, of course, also excited about it, The Haunting of Elena Vera by Stephen Pajak. You'll notice we've had a cover update. Check out the new cover. Then on sale this weekend and throughout next week, A Very Scary Christmas, also by John Ward. This is his middle grade Scareville series. Very similar to Goosebumps. And this is, of course, a Christmas one of the favorites in the series, actually. So check that one out. We signed 2 new authors. Sam M. Phillips has joined our Torrid Waters imprint for a 2027 release of Crypto Blood. And we signed author Jay Bechtel to Crystal Lake, Quimmering Springs. Now, Jay was one of our long-term Patreon patrons. He's been active with our monthly contests for a long time until he eventually started winning, or qualifying and then winning, and just went on from there to eventually now being signed with us. So it's been a long journey and we're so excited to have him come to this now. Then talking about the flash fiction, our Shallow Waters flash fiction on our Patreon page, the winner for our, I believe it was Halloween theme, was Armand Rosamilia with his All Herald's Eve. Then Cormac Kincaid came in second place with Candy Corn and Eyeballs, and Mia Dahlia in third with Soul Cakes. We are currently open. The new theme is Regret. The flash fiction stories need to be in by the end of December, and they'll be posted on our Patreon page throughout January, and the winner will be announced at the end of January. So, or beginning February. Now to all the new releases. Okay, hold on to your hats. Misery and Other Lines by C.C. Adams is out now. It's a short story collection about the London Underground. Then, if you haven't read C.C. Adams yet, amazing. Robert Ford's new cowboy non-fiction book is out. If you want to learn how to write cowboy fiction, if you're an author and you're interested in that, it's called The Little Big Badass Guide to Writing a Western, where research meets bullshit and both wear spurs. We're a big fan of Robert Ford's work here, and so anything he writes, always check it out. Slay, a festive folk horror story of offerings, old gods and Christmas terror, is out now from R.P. Howley and Daniel Willcocks. The Stranger by Jim Donahue was released last month, a good old horror western. Then Juliet Rose put out Soul Umbra, also last month. We missed a few good ones. From her first breath, Esme has been fighting against monsters. The problem is she doesn't know if they are real or of her own creation. At every turn, a new companion arrives. Some come to help, some come to harm, or so she thinks. Then The Shimmering by Michael Stone comes out on the 10th of December, and it's absolutely stunning. Great author, great book. We've been hearing a lot about it. Let's see. Nolan watches his mother commit suicide over and over again. She died 45 years ago. She's a shimmer. I actually worked with the author during our novella writing workshop on this book. I'm so glad to see it finally on the shelves, and I hope people will really give it a read. Then Adam Costco's The End releases December 6th. Oh, that's tomorrow. Let's see. When Eli's beloved Celine dies under mysterious circumstances, his world fractures. Consumed by grief, Eli stumbles into a clandestine cult that promises proof of life beyond death. A chance, however, impossible to see Celine again. The cult's teachings are seductive, its rituals unsettling, but hidden within their devotion lies the truth about Celine's final days. Was her death a tragic accident or the fulfillment of a sinister prophecy? And another one we missed from end of November, Eden Roy's Psychopomp and Circumstance. Shirley Jackson award-winning author Eden Royce pens a Southern Gothic historical fantasy story of a contentious funeral. This is all for today. There's a lot to keep you busy. Thanks for all the support, for following our channel, for listening to our news. Please subscribe, like, share, tell your friends, and of course have an awesome weekend. Keep reading, writing, watching movies, feeding your soul, listening to music, and most importantly, creating. Until next time.